Hey you guys, welcome back to another episode of Nomadic Soul. Y'all, I'm so excited because this week I'm actually sharing about my trip and my experience to the beautiful, amazing, historic Alhambra in Granada, Spain. Now, what's really cool is that the Alhambra is actually broken down into about 4 different parts. So there is the Alhambra, there's also General Life, there's also Palace de Carlos, there's also Nasrid Palaces, right? Now, I did not get to go to the Nasrid Palaces, but I did get to see all of the other parts. Now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I might nerd out just a little bit in this video because the history of this place was actually really amazing. So when I got there, you get to choose whether you want to do a guided tour, a self-guided tour, or a self-guided audio tour. So I chose the audio tour option, and so I actually got a phone with headphones, and it's already programmed to walk you through the different parts of the entirety of the Alhambra. So General Life, Palace de Carlos, Alhambra, Nasrid, all of that, right? So it's giving me some good history, and y'all, it was good, okay? So first of all, the Alhambra actually started off as a military fortress that was built on Roman ruins, right? But then at some point, Muhammad I, he was of the Nasrid dynasty, which was the last Muslim dynasty in Spain, came in, and he turned it into a royal palace and a court, right? So the General Life is actually like, it was intended to be like a getaway spot for vacation. So they literally had like a vacation spot within.
I officially made it to the Alhambra today, and I'm very excited. It's like a lot of different parts to it. They have General Life. It's spelled like General Life, but that's not how it's pronounced. I have a guided tour in my ear, so I know how it's pronounced. Anyways, but it's like 4 different parts. It's huge. And right now I'm standing next to this kind of like maze situation. It's like literally a maze of greenery, and you can just kind of go all through it. But I finally made it. And as usual, it's hot, but it's okay. Got my water, got my fan. Got on my loose clothes, get some wind, but also cover my body. First of all, they got the Wakanda flowers right here. Let me see if I can get a little visual of it. Right there, that's the Wakanda flowers. Let me stop acting like that. But anyways, just wanted to show y'all a little bit.
So they were in power for a while, but then but Granada was actually one of the last areas that was still heavily Muslim influenced and had not been conquered by the Catholics of that time, right? So Granada kind of became a refuge for Muslims for a while, even so far as that they were paying the Christians to stay in power. But at some point, Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand actually conquered Granada as well, and that ended the Muslim rule in Spain. Now, Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand are also the same people who gave Christopher Columbus permission to explore the Americas. Okay, so anyways, Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand actually moved into the Alhambra, and then they started making some Christian style changes because, again, they were Catholic, so they started making some of those changes. Now, at some point, Charles V came in and built a palace smack dab in the middle of the Alhambra, like smack dab in the middle of that thing. Plop the palace right there. And so I don't fully understand the full history of that, but I'm gonna figure it out, because I was like, how bruh just pop a palace right in the middle of this whole thing? So then after his time, the Alhambra was actually neglected for a while, and it was like it started to kind of go down a little bit because of like natural disasters, because of war, all of that kind of stuff. So it was neglected. But now is actually one of the most visited landmarks in all of Spain. and it became a World Heritage Site in 1984, and ever since then it's been a World Heritage Site. One of the things that I think is really cool about this landmark is that it combines so much of the history, and you can literally see it as you're walking through. And you can see the Christian influence or the Catholic influence, and you can see the Muslim influences that are still there through like the calligraphy and like the tiles and even like the architecture. But then you can see the changing of dynasties and kingdoms and all that. Like you can see all of these changes that happen that are all woven into how the Alhambra is like still standing. Like it's woven into it. It's like they didn't tear it down and rebuild it, tear it down and rebuild. No, they just kind of like kept building on top of it. And so it was a really amazing experience. It was a really great time. It takes about 2 to 4 hours to get through all of it, depending on which guide you choose, but also depending on how quickly you make it through the actual like how quickly you're walking, if you sit and kind of settle in and just see the views and stuff like that. But it was absolutely amazing. I would 10 out of 10 do it again. 10 out of 10 recommend for people to do it and actually listen to the history of like of what it is and like how it came to be, because it's really, really cool. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that little history lesson. Thanks for letting me nerd out for a second, and I'll see y'all back next week as I start to wrap up my time in Granada, Spain. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on my next video.